I almost lost my life, and it's my fault. I have multiple fractures, bruises, scrapes, a brain injury, etc. And it's all because of my decisions ultimately that led me here. If you know me, you know I'm the friend to tell you to never settle, set your standards, don't ever break them. I'm hard on my friends about what they do and who they deal with, and I went against almost all of my own rules, and it got me to being in this position that I'm currently in right now. If you surround yourself with people, coworkers, friends, lovers, etc., that don't value themselves or see yourselves in the way that either you want to see yourself or you do see yourself, you're going to end up right where they are. You cannot surround yourself by people that you're internally judging without basically bringing yourself down to their frequency. I was dealing with a man who ultimately had nothing to lose. He was staying at my house. I was feeding him. He was the type, he wanted to drink all the time. I wanted to go out and drink and have a good time with him. I knew from the new year that I wanted to be on a certain path, but I wasn't listening. I was having a good time. I entertained a lover. I was drunk. I was high. And for the time being, it satiated all of the things that I was fighting against that I didn't want to face inside myself. Side note, women, be careful who you deal with. And as cool as it is to be with a man who seems like I can't even do quote unquote protector, I've dated a few guys who, for lack of better words, like to fight. They might pick a fight in the club, we be out, they might pick a fight, and for the most part, I date men that can fight. However, this time it ended very badly. I say things like, don't cook for a man that's not yours. Don't have a man staying in your house. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't play the girlfriend role if you're not a girlfriend. Don't play the wife role if you're not a wife. I preach these things from the top of the mountain, and I didn't follow my own rules. So April 6th, we were out. We were having a great time. Everything was copacetic. Everything was cool. We end up in the car with this guy that I'm seeing. I don't really know if I want to name him by name just yet. We end up in the car with him and his friends. We're all, we had a good time that night. They're kind of roasting me, joking on me. I'm kind of over it. I'm tired of it. I had already mentioned to him that I was tired of him like roasting me with his friends because it just didn't seem right. It kind of gave jealous man energy because why am I the only girl here and like you all are sitting here roasting me? It's uncomfortable. It's not cool. So this night I had enough and I said, fuck this. I got out the car. I called my homegirl like, hey, where you at? I'm an Uber to you. Are you at the club? Are you at the afters? It's Saturday night. So I'm like, I'm downtown LA. Like, I'm still going to enjoy my night. I'm not going to let you guys fuck it up. I'm over it. I get out the car. I go around the corner. Keep in mind that it's downtown LA. Some guy comes up and tries to talk to me. And I'm like, no, it's cool. It's cool. I got a man, whatever. I text said man and I'm like, hey, can you come get me? Actually, I'm scared because I realized, like, I think I'm in Skid Row. Like, it's downtown. I'm tripping. Kind of drunk. Not that drunk. I'm drunk enough to be like, hey, I actually need some help. Can you come grab me? So whatever. He comes. When he comes to grab me, I'm talking to this random guy. Probably means no harm. Probably just got out of the same party that we just got out of. Mind you, it's 2:26. Everything closes at 2 a.m. in LA. This guy's talking to me. I said, no, I'm good. I have a man. Said man pulls up, and instead of kind of just like getting me away from the situation, he pulls up, assesses the situation. The random guy that I was talking to says to him, hey, did you put your hands on her? And I was like, no, it wasn't even like that at all. Like, I just needed to blow off some steam. I got out the car, whatever. Next thing you know, said man is like, shit, but I'll put my hands on you though. That's where we went left. Oh my fucking God. So he instigates this fight. It's just me and him. I don't know why he would instigate a fight when it's literally just me and him. All of our friends are his friends are in the car around the corner. They don't really necessarily know where we're at. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll put my hands on you though. And I'm like, oh shit. So he probably looked at this guy like, shit, I could take him, whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, whatever. And it happened so fast. I took a selfie at 2:14. I was in the ambulance by 2:26. So before they can even start fighting and kind of fighting, 4 or 5 more guys come out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh my God. I've never really seen one of my friends get jumped before. I've seen someone get jumped, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm also the only girl there. And I'm not going to try to jump in. I'm not going to try to fight these men, but I'm kind of trying to get in the way, trying to break it up, just trying to be like, hey guys, we don't have to do this. Let's just chill. Mind you, it's all black men. The guy that I'm dealing with, he's mixed race. Well, yeah. So I'm just like, hey guys, we don't have to do this. I'm trying to, camaraderie. Usually I'll be like, fuck it, it's men, get it on, do what you need to do. Also, being the loyal woman that I am, I'm like, damn, am I gonna watch my man get jumped in front of my face? Like, no. I didn't have it in me to do that, but I was like, I don't know what I can do. I'm kind of drunk. All I have on me is my keys and my phone. Do I take out my phone to call one of his friends? Do I leave him to go get one of his friends to be like, hey, we need help? But also, I wasn't sure if I should take my eyes off him. And to be honest with you guys, that's the last thing I remember. The camera shows that I went into the street to wave down his friends, and then that's when I got hit by the car. I just woke up in the hospital. At first, I didn't even remember the fight at all. It took me about 2 days to kind of recollect all of that. So I gave you guys a little bit of the beginning. I gave you guys a little bit of background. You see how this man's staying at my house. I'm feeding him. We've been sleeping next to each other every day for the last few months. This is my little shit, right? I don't want him to get jumped. My last thought is me being worried about him being like, oh shit, like, I can't let my man get jumped in my face. What am I going to do? I have to do something, even though I don't know what I want to do. Would you believe that from the day that I was in the hospital, when he was FaceTiming and calling my friends to let them know what's going on, to make himself look better, he's telling them that I spit on a group of men, and I was fighting men already by myself when he came to get me and came to my rescue, and that's how he got jumped. Or the rumor that we both got hit by the car and he got grazed, but then I got hit by a car, but that's why he didn't want to get seen or talk to any of the police, because he was lying. There's proof that he was lying. We ended up getting audio and visual proof of that, which really sucks. So the first 2 days I'm in the hospital, I'm barely conscious. He's calling my mom. He's being the perfect guy. Feeding me. Mind you, I couldn't feed myself for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Feeding me, calling my family members, advocating for me with the nurses. Perfect dude, right? Little did I know that he was lying to all my friends about the situation because he thought that I lost my memory, was stealing from my apartment, stealing my food stamp card and spending that up, and screaming at me, yelling at me, telling how he's traumatized, I need to change my life, I should have stopped drinking. And I don't even want to make this story about exposing someone or putting the blame on someone. It's just a matter of fact of like, when you're dealing with someone that you know you're not supposed to be dealing with, or that realistically you could be doing better, or that they just don't have the same level of character as you, there's consequences. It's never just a fun time. I thought, I was like, oh, I'm going to be moving back to Florida in a month or two anyways, so even though I know I shouldn't be dealing with this dude, I'm having a good time, fuck it, I'm young. So as I'm, starting to remember what happened, I'm telling my friends that are coming to visit me in the hospital. Before I even started to, everyone's looking at him sideways, like, how would you allow this to happen to her if you were there with her? Then when I start remembering what happened, it doesn't go with his story, because I'm telling everyone what happened. He told them I was already fighting this random group of men by myself downtown, and then he came to my rescue. So it's not looking too good. He's getting on my ass about having so many visitors and saying I should keep it private. I'm on morphine and other drugs, and honestly, I'm just so happy to be alive. And to be honest with you, as a woman, I'm thinking after a near-death experience, the guy that I'm seeing, we might be, forgive me for being naive, I'm thinking, oh, we're about to be so in love after this, and we're locked in. Everything that we had going on before this was petty. Fuck all the petty arguments. Life is short. We have each other. I'm so glad that we're both alive, and that, we're even here to talk about it and see the day. Meanwhile, this man thinks I have memory loss. He's scheming on my apartment, coming to and from the hospital to bring me certain things, scheming on my apartment, taking things, lying on my name, yelling at me while I'm in the hospital that I'm not taking things seriously enough because, God forbid, I want to crack a little joke in the hospital to lighten up the room. Just really tormenting me. Mind you, I want to remind you, besides all the pain and emotional trauma that I'm in, I have a brain injury. So my thoughts, I'm like trying my best to like, I consider myself a sharp person. I'm trying my best to just like hold on to myself and my sanity and just be grateful for life, not slip into like this deep depression. I'm running out of time on this video. I would love to get into the assault that happened when I was discharged from the hospital and I couldn't walk, just to show you the level and the depths of hell that men will go to when they are insecure and don't have their shit together and they're dealing with someone who I don't have all my shit together, but we'll get to it. So, part 2 of how dealing with the wrong man almost got me killed. So, I can sense the frustration from him with, like, just the way my friends are starting to look at him and, like, just all the pressure that's with him as we've been together more or less every day for the last few months and we're kind of in the same friend group and people know we're seeing each other. And he was also with me during the accident. Everyone's blowing up his phone. Everyone's calling him. At this point, I had empathy because I was like, you know what? You held my lifeless, bloody body in your arms. You're probably traumatized. You're exhausted. The first night he slept on the floor of the hospital. So before I knew that he was just being this evil man behind my back, I felt a lot of empathy for him. And I really cared about him. I felt a lot of empathy. And I was just like, damn, this is a traumatic situation for the both of us. Even though I am in this hospital bed, I have these broken bones and fractures and road rash and brain injury and muscle tissue damage and a whole list of crazy ass things. I'm still just like, damn, I can see in his face that he's drained. And I'm holding empathy. I'm holding space for him. I'm letting him know, like, it's okay. I understand everyone's worried about me right now, but, like, are you okay? Like, in the head, like, you can talk to me, whatever. As the days go on, because I'm kind of in the hospital for a minute, as the days go on, I can sense his frustration. My grandma flies in from Florida, so he leaves to go do his own thing. Of course, it's also Coachella week, and he's a stylist. So he's like, oh, I have meetings, I have this, I have that. And I'm like, hey, don't let me stop you. You got to go do what you have to do. But also at the same time, you did have every day, all day to spend with me when you were staying at my house. So now all of a sudden you're so busy. How convenient. But whatever, we all know that sometimes men can deal with trauma in hospitals in a different way, and it can be weird. And my grandma's there. My grandma's taking care of me, so they're kind of like, taking shifts and just making sure I'm okay. He's stopping in the hospital here and there just to, like, check on me, but it's not much, I can see he's growing a lot of frustration with, like, the way my friends are treating him and the way that other people are questioning him. And what I didn't know is even he would come into the hospital room, and it might be a girl whose DMs he was in, and now you're caught because he didn't realize that I had, a community behind me and so many friends that loved and cared about me. But of course, it's all gaslighting. He's like, why are these people coming to visit you? You don't even know them like that. You don't even hang out with them like that. And I'm like, hey, we've been together for like 2 months. You don't even know who I know like that. You don't know who's in my circle. And honestly, I almost died. So I would like as much love around me as possible. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. At this point, I am being kind of clingy. But hey, if I'm dating someone and I almost die, they're the only person with me. Yeah, I'm being a little clingy. Yeah, I do want love and affection from my lover during this time. I'm in a lot of physical pain. I just want some type of comfort and intimacy, Kill me. This is kind of where things start to go a little left. My last night in the hospital, he tells my grandma, hey, you can go back to your hotel. I'm going to spend the night with her tonight. I was like, cool, we're going to watch the new episode of Raising Kanan. Maybe we'll watch some Black Mirror. Even though at this point, because of the brain injury, I can't really keep up with TV like that. But still, I'm excited to spend time with him and just, not be alone in the hospital. So when he gets to the hospital that day, I already, have a few friends over. We're laughing, we're joking, talking about, you don't worry, girl, you're going to be back outside in no time, throw it in a circle. We're going to be all good. And I'm like, hell yeah. Honestly, I'm at this point, I'm tired of people just crying all the time. Like, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but let's crack a little jokey joke. Let's talk about the future. Let's be positive. Because obviously I'm in a position where I could slip into, a really deep depression, and it'd be really hard for me to get out of. This recovery is going to be a few months. So I'm just trying to stay as positive as I can and, be grateful. Oh my gosh, I dropped my phone. And just be grateful for the love that's around me and that I'm alive, honestly. Maybe the looks, maybe the jokes, I don't know what it is. So when the guests leave, he screams at me and is just like, I don't know why you're joking about this. You're joking about my trauma too. I was traumatized to see you like that, this and that. Playing the victim, making about himself, of course, whatever. Then he tells me he has a meeting and I have to go to a meeting. The life can't stop just for you because you got hit by a car because you don't want to listen to anyone when we told you to stop drinking. Now you got hit by a car. Gaslight, gaslight, gaslight. And I was just like, why do you have to go to a meeting at 9 p.m.? Especially visiting hours are over at 9 p.m. So once you leave, you can't come back. And I thought you were going to be overnight with me. Also, at this point, I still need help getting to the bathroom by myself. The first 4 days in the hospital, they put a pan under me and I had a nurse wiping me. I could not pee myself. Very degrading, but whatever. I'm thugging it. I'm taking it to the gym. I can't get to the bathroom by myself. I need crutches on one side and a person on the other side. I'm really messed up. And then I need help opening the door and sitting down and getting up from the toilet. I don't even have the strength to rip toilet paper at this moment. So yeah, he tells me he has a meeting, whatever, and I'm just like, okay, I guess maybe fitting or some bullshit for Coachella. This nigga's at apartment 200. He's at the club. Like, they're like, my friends aren't gonna see him or spot him, or like, I don't know the bottle girl or bartender, whatever. So of course he tells me that. He leaves. I'm boohoo crying. The nurse tells me, I'll do whatever I need to do. He'll be able to come back in. I text him like, hey, when do you think you'll be done with your meeting? Because the nurse, she makes some arrangements and like get you to stay overnight with me. I need help. I'm stressed out. I'm scared. I'm sad. All that. He's like, whatever. I need to eat. I need to go home. Cool. And I was like, you know what? Do what you have to do. But why would you tell my grandmother to leave because you're going to stay here overnight if you had no plan? To me, that's just cruel. That is just so cruel. Why would you tell her, oh, it's all good, go back to your hotel, and then you probably knew the whole time? Because you're talking about you have a meeting with your manager, which is your best friend, who was there the night of the accident. I was like, y'all can't have the meeting here? It can't be a Zoom? Oh, no, he doesn't want to come to the hospital. And I was just like, I'm trying not to be selfish because, like, okay, I understand the world doesn't stop for me. I'm the one that got hit by the car, whatever. I'm just really trying to be empathetic to everyone around me who kind of, like, their lives just, like, came to this, like, pause or halt because I'm in this traumatic situation. So he screams at me. He tells me he's late. He leaves. He, like, gives me a kiss on the forehead and was just like, yep, I'll see you in the morning. I don't see him the next day, but whatever. I end up getting discharged the next day, which I think was incredibly early. I told him I wasn't ready. I really told him I was scared, but I wasn't really ready to get discharged. But because I was able to use the crutches to get to the door, they were kind of like, you'll be straight. They kept saying, will you have home help? Will you have home help? You need home help with all your injuries and having the brain injury. You need home help and like monitoring for the next 2 weeks. My mom had flown in this morning and they're like, yeah, between him and my mother, I will be with someone no matter what. My grandmother had to fly. So this is Friday afternoon. My grandma had to fly back to Florida like Saturday evening. The nurses are like, oh, you have such a great support system, this and that, whatever. Even though homeboy had already like screamed at me and cussed me out, I'm still thinking, oh, he's traumatized, whatever. Let me give him a little bit of grace. We're all going through it right now, whatever. So I get discharged from the hospital. We go to a hotel. The plan is to stay in a hotel for the next 3 weeks near the hospital, especially because my mom doesn't really want to stay in my studio apartment. She's being bougie, whatever. So the plan is to stay there for 3 weeks. So this nigga, he's thinking, oh, I have access to this girl's apartment for the next 3 weeks. He don't have nowhere to stay. He's a serial couch hopper that lies to everyone about where he stays because he's in between like 3 different places, my place, his best friend's place, and then somewhere else downtown. I don't want to put all my family business out there. I'm going to just say me and my mom's relationship is up and down. I'm going to say a little bit of narcissism, Caribbean. I don't know if you can put the pieces together, but it's up and down. That's honestly a story for a whole other time, but whatever. I say that to say me and my mom get into it in the hotel Saturday night. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this. I have an apartment that I pay rent for, and I'm going to go there. I'm going to go somewhere where I'm going to be treated with respect because I need so much help. I'm in so much physical pain that people, my mom saying her little snarky comments and whatever, degrading me while I'm like naked and she's bathing me or feeding me, it's degrading. It doesn't feel good when someone's talking to you just like anything because they can and you need them. And I'm a prideful person. I tell her, listen, I'll learn how to eat with my feet before you talk to me any kind of way because you know that I need you right now. I'm not going for that. So I call homeboy and I'm like, hey, you need to meet me at my crib with my key. Because mind you, at this point, he's been, bringing stuff to and from my apartment to the hospital. Little things like my glasses, my contact case, small things to make me comfortable, whatever. So I call up homeboy and I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. Meet me with my key. Let me know if I need to Uber package my key to the crib, Uber you to the crib, whatever I have to do, I'm leaving. He's like, no, stay with your mom, stay with your mom. And I'm like, listen, I don't have the time to explain my complicated family dynamics to you right now. Meet me at my apartment with my key. I'm coming home. I don't care if I have to sleep outside. I'm over it. The adrenaline, I'm hurt. Maybe I'm having an episode. I don't know. Okay, so it's looking like I'm not going to have time to get to the assault and drama and bullshit that happened when he did finally meet me at my apartment. I guess I'll make another third video. That should be the last one about this. But yeah, keep in mind with all this, I'm on crutches. I still have stitches in my face. This hand is crazy swollen with a splint. I just had surgery on Monday, but I got a lot of shit going on. Okay, so part 3 of how dealing with the wrong man almost ended my life / ruined my life. I tried to record this last night. It got deleted somehow, but we're back at it again. So I leave my mom's hotel like around midnight. I get home, I get to my crib, whatever. It's like probably like 12:20, whatever. I'm blowing up his phone. Because I told him I'm leaving my mom's hotel. I'm leaving my mom's hotel, period. So I'm blowing up his phone. He answers like after 20 minutes. He's like, don't be mad. I don't want to argue. I'm on my way. I was like, hey, are you going to be here within at least the next hour? He's like, yeah, 2 hours go by. Mind you, I'm crippled as shit. From the whole right side of my body is fractured and broken. I'm on the phone with my homegirl, just crying to her. She's in Atlanta. I'm on the phone with my homegirl, just crying to her about the whole situation, venting about my mom, etc. He pulls up, damn near 3 a.m, just mad on some, I don't know why you're on the phone with someone who don't know me, they don't know the whole situation, they whatever. Kind of like when you get into an argument with your man, and then you call your best friend, and, you know, there's a third party in it, but that's not the situation. I just went through some traumatic ass shit. Okay, you are not the star of this story right now. I have a lot of shit going on between the physical pain I feel, the mental trauma, the issue that I just had with my mom, the fact that I had to leave my mom. The fact that I even left my mom's hotel was a completely against doctor's orders. I'm in so much pain, but I'm like, whatever, fuck it, I need to go home. He's all yelling and screaming in the crib, screaming at the top of his lungs. He's calling me out my name, all this and that. And I'm looking at him like, yo, like, first of all, I need to take my meds and go to sleep. He's like, yo, you need to hear me. And I'm like, but we're in my house. You're beyond disrespectful. And the fact that I'm so messed up, the fact that you could look at someone with a black eye, stitches, everything that I have going on and just yell at a woman like this is really messed up. So there's a point that I try to yell at him to get out and feel all of my pain and emotional pain. And like if I see like certain lights or like if it gets really loud, I can feel it in the back of my head. Reminder, I have a brain injury. So he's screaming. I attempt to scream back. I immediately stop because it hurts me to scream. Then he keeps screaming. Then there's a point where I'm boohoo crying, begging him to stop screaming. He won't. I'm getting frustrated. He's getting frustrated. He's like, no. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I can have a stroke. If this brain bleed starts again, I can easily just have a stroke and we're in my apartment. So he pushes me. We kind of start tussling. I bust the stitches in my left elbow. Mind you, this is my right hand that was broken in multiple places. Bust the stitches in my left elbow. I'm trying to push him with my crutches. I miss. I try to throw one of my bed slippers at him. I miss. I fuck up my shoulder in doing this. I'm weak as hell. Just from everything that's happened. I'm actively hurting myself in trying to get this man out of my house. So he starts recording me, telling me how I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, record me. Record this messed up, crippled girl and say that she's assaulting you, bitch ass nigga. And then he calls the police. Calls the police on me, has them on speaker and saying, I'm being assaulted. I'm like, nigga, you're in my house. What are you talking about? He's saying, I'm being assaulted. He's giving them my description. My description is pajamas and a bonnet. And he has them on speaker and he's telling them how I have scars on my face. And I guess he's telling them that so they don't think that he did that to me when they pull up here, whatever. I say on speaker, yup, I was in the hospital for a week and he had my key. I told him to come pull up with my key and now he won't leave. Period, point blank. That's what's going on. If y'all want to pull up and do something about it. But that's what's going on. Because at this point, I'm fed the fuck up. So he finally gets to the door. His boo is like in the door. He refuses to leave my apartment. He's like, you're going to jail. I'm not leaving till the police get here. I'm like, oh my God, where do they make niggas like you? Whatever. He's like, you're going to jail. And I was just like, bro, I need to take my meds. And go to sleep. So I kind of leave him alone at that point. So I'm like, whatever. He's at the door. He's probably get tired and then we'll move his foot. So I go to like try to open up my meds, which is I'm using my feet and kind of my good hand. I'm in a lot of fucking pain, but whatever. So I'm trying to open up my meds and drink some water, kind of get ready for bed. And I go back to the door and I go to lock the door because I realized he had like paced around and like he's on like my patio, balcony, like porch area. So I tell him, I hear him tell the police that he's like, oh, and she has an unregistered firearm in her house. Whoa. This is how you know this mixed man has a white father. You learned how to be a man from a white man because what? You told the police I have what? Not only did you almost get me killed because you instigated a fight downtown, and when I went to go get you help, I got hit by a car. You lied on me after. Now you're trying to tell the police I got an unregistered gun, and so you're trying to ruin my life. You were trying to ruin my life. Is this destiny swapping? What the fuck is this? So when he's doing all that, I finally just lock the door. And I'm inside. I'm on the phone with our homegirl. Then this is how I found out that he was at the club the whole time. Because my homegirl, she does bottle service bartender. This is how I found out he at the club the whole time. He's never at no Coachella styling meeting, nigga. Anyways, so I found out he at the club the whole time. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, you know what? Just turn off the lights, whatever. She's like, are the police there? I hear him talking to the police. I see the police truck. I can hear the vibrations of his voice, but I can't hear what he's saying to them. But I'm sure he's drunk, so they're not taking him seriously. I'm sure he's showing them the video as proof. And in the video, I look fucked up. Like, I got a black eye scraped to my face. If you go back to my old videos, I looked really fucked up when I was in the hospital. So whatever, I'm anxious. I don't even end up going to sleep until like 6, 7 in the morning. I'm just boohoo crying the whole night. I try to call some of my family. Like, this is just like, between my mom and my lover, the guy that I was seeing, and the fact that I just got hit by a fucking car and broke multiple bones, I'm in a fucked up mental state at this point. Obviously, he's texting me like, oh, you put your hands on me, whatever. What are you talking about? I think there was a time that I attempted to slap him. I missed. I attempted to slap him with my broken hand, and then I was just like, yo, if you want to fight all these niggas randomly in the street all the time, I'm sure my crippled self, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, though. The next day, I did have a weak moment because dinner time came. I slept in the next day. Dinner time came, and I called him. He's not answering. He's like, after last night, we have nothing to talk about. And I was like, you're such a fucking bitch. You should really be crying to me, apologizing on your knees. But as a narcissist who was probably just using me for my crib anyways, I'm not expecting that to happen. So I tell him, like, hey, can you come help feed me so I can take my meds? You know that I can't eat on my own. Also, since I bust the stitches on my left arm, I can't really bend my arm to my face. I can't even eat a French fry, much less use a fork. So when we were in the hospital, the nurses and the doctors kept asking, are you going to have home care? Or will we need to arrange it for you? Him and my mother are both like, no matter what, one of us will be with her for the next 2 weeks. We got it. Cool. Mind you, my mom's a nurse. So the doctors, that's probably why they discharged me early. They're like, yeah, she's in good hands. She'll be fine. But I say this to say, he knows that I need home care. He knows I shouldn't be alone. He knows that I need help to fucking eat. And I can't take my meds without eating. So I hit him up and I'm like, hey, like, can you come help me eat dinner? I know last night was really ugly. I'm being fake as shit. I'm like, this is a scum of the earth, but I need help at this moment. I'm like, hey, can you come help me eat so I can take my meds? And he was just like, if you need help so bad, go to the hospital. You shouldn't have left your mom. And I was like, oh my God, this is heartless. Lord have mercy. So I just say that to say, like, I'm not going to act like I blocked him and I never spoke to him again. That was our last conversation for sure. But I'm not going to act like, yeah, I blocked him and I never spoke to him again. Like, no, I'm in a vulnerable place. I need help. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I shouldn't have hit him up and asked him for help. Even my friends were like, girl, but at the end of the day, like I can only do so much. So yeah, as the days go by, this was the last time we talked. As the days go by, I'm finding out more and more and more. I'm finding out about the visitors I had at the hospital. He was in their DMs. That's why he cursing me out. I'm finding out he was FaceTiming my friends wearing his t-shirt with my blood on it like a badge of honor after the accident. I don't know. Maybe this is destiny swapping. Like, it may be, because this is some low down shit. I don't understand. You know what? Whether you really even fuck with me or not, I don't understand how you can hold someone's bloody, lifeless body in your arms, boohoo, crying to the moon, and then treat them the way that I was treated after. And you know what? I get it. It was a really traumatizing situation for everybody involved. Everyone who had to see me like that, for myself, whatever. It was a tough week. A lot of people that were in my life didn't get a lot of sleep if they were coming to visit. I know he didn't sleep, whatever. I'm not making excuses for this fuck nigga. But, like, Lord, I understand that this is traumatic for everyone involved. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who got hit by a car. I got hit by a car. The whole right side of my body is fucked up. The left side of my body is all road rash and bruises. My left ear, my whole left ear was a scab. The whole ear was a scab. And then behind my other ear was another scab. Lord only knows. I have talked to the detective. I haven't seen the footage myself. I don't want to see it because it is insane. Mind you, let's have a reminder that I'm 100 pounds. But anyways, my final warning is dealing with a man who has nothing to lose is dangerous. Because he's staying at my crib. He don't have a job. We drinking and partying every day. And I'm cooking for him. I'm doing all this stuff. Like, I'm whatever. It's not even about having nothing to lose. It's about the mindset that a man is in when he's desperate and he's in survival mode of his lifestyle, because clearly he has nowhere else to stay. And all he has is his reputation. So that's why he's lying about what really happened. So people can kind of not look at him like such a monster. You need your reputation because where else are you going to sleep? You need people to fuck with you because you're homeless. So you need help from anyone who will give it to you. But yep, whatever. I'm alive. Sorry.